Gold and Grit, the story of Burkina Faso's mining revolution under Captain Ibrahim Traoré. In the heart of West Africa, beneath the red soil of Burkina Faso, lay rivers of gold long tapped by foreign hands, with little flowing back to the people. For decades, multinational corporations came with promises, dug with machines, and left with bullion. Villages near the mines saw dust, but not development. Schools stayed bare, and clinics lacked even aspirin. Then came a soldier, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, young, bold, and unshaken. In 2022, after seizing power amidst rising insurgency and public anger, Traoré didn't just promise security, he promised sovereignty, starting with gold. This gold belongs to Burkina. From his first address, he declared, "We will no longer be spectators to our own wealth." The days of Burkina Faso kneeling before outsiders for its own gold are over. In 2023, Traoré launched a national audit of all mining contracts. Foreign firms began to sweat. Some were overexploiting, others hadn't paid taxes in years. His government swiftly revoked licenses for 2 major gold mines and handed them to a new state entity, SOPAMIB, Société de Participation Minière du Burkina. Western media cried, "Nationalization." But in Ouagadougou, crowds cheered, "The gold is ours again," they chanted. The Great Overhaul. Traoré's administration passed a new mining code. It forced companies to give 15% free equity to the government, build local refineries, not export raw gold, dedicate 1% of profits to community development. One by one, contracts were rewritten. Those who refused to play fair were shown the door. Russia and other non-Western partners stepped in, offering joint ventures with better terms. From dust to wealth. Meanwhile, artisanal miners long criminalized and harassed were organized into cooperatives. The government gave them tools, safety training, and licenses. Small-scale gold output soared and black market smuggling dropped. In 2024, Burkina Faso opened its first gold refinery, employing 1,200 locals. That year, the country mined over 57 tons of gold, with a record 530 billion CFA francs in revenue. Traoré didn't stash the money in foreign banks. He sent it to build rural clinics, fund solar electrification, and double the pay of soldiers and teachers. Trouble in the dust? Not everyone was pleased. Some Western nations accused Traoré of chasing away investment. Secret sanctions followed. But Traoré was unmoved. "If investment means poverty for our people, we don't want it," he declared. There were threats, even whispers of coup attempts. But Traoré's popularity only grew. In dusty towns, children began to dream not of escaping to Europe, but of becoming geologists, engineers, refinery owners, a new chapter. By 2025, Burkina Faso had become a symbol of African mineral sovereignty. Other Sahel nations began following suit, renegotiating contracts, kicking out exploiters and rewriting their own codes. Captain Traoré stood at the center of it all, not just as a president, but as a revolutionary figure, proving that a nation can dig its own gold and build its own future. And so, from the ashes of foreign extraction rose a movement of dignity, defiance, and development, with Burkina Faso's golden heart beating for its people once more. Will France get gold from Burkina Faso? As of now, it is very unlikely that France will regain access to gold from Burkina Faso under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, at least not on the old terms of extraction and dominance. Here's why. 1. Traoré's stance: total resource sovereignty. Captain Traoré has made it very clear. The era of exploitation is over. Our resources are for our people. He has terminated French military presence and expelled key French operations. Mining contracts are being renegotiated or revoked, especially if they are with Western interests. Burkina Faso is nationalizing industrial mines and building its own gold reserve. Traoré supports Pan-Africanism and rejects neo-colonial influence, including economic. Allowing France back in as a gold partner would contradict everything his government stands for. 2. France's image in the Sahel has collapsed. Across the Sahel, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, France is viewed by many as a neo-colonial power that exploited resources, especially gold, uranium, and oil, interfered politically, failed to stop terrorism despite military bases, for example, Operation Barkhane. All three countries have cut ties with France and now lean towards Russia. Turkey and China nations offering less political pressure and often more favorable economic deals. 3. New gold infrastructure is meant to lock France out. Burkina Faso is building domestic gold refineries to process and retain gold in country. Export permits are tightly regulated and aimed at non-Western buyers. Gold from Burkina now increasingly flows to Russia, the UAE, and China. Even artisanal miners are being integrated into state-controlled cooperatives, closing off black market channels often linked to French buyers. Future? Only under strict terms. Could France ever get gold from Burkina Faso again? Possibly, but only under new contracts with equity sharing, local beneficiation, processing, and jobs, respect for national sovereignty. No military political strings attached. But under Traoré's leadership, France is not welcomed as a partner, and any return would require a complete change in French foreign policy. Conclusion: no, France will not get gold from Burkina Faso under Traoré unless it radically changes its approach. Burkina Faso is writing a new story, African gold for Africans, and in that story, France is no longer the narrator.
Que tout ce qui se raconte dans les films Hollywood, c'est faux. Ce n'est que du mensonge. C'est la même chose. La guerre du Vietnam. Aujourd'hui, on voit, l'histoire est tronquée. Mais il faut communiquer. Vous voyez, moi, ils n'aiment pas que je parle. On trouve que je parle trop et tout. Pour que je me taise, pour que eux ils parlent et que leur version passe. Non. Moi, mon plus grand regret, c'est d'avoir passé une bonne partie de ma jeunesse à écouter des radios comme RFI, France 24. J'ai été dans des pays où ces radios étaient fermées. Mais on prenait des applications, on enregistre leur journal pour écouter. Mais à partir d'un moment, il y a un déclic. Et je commence à comprendre qu'ils conditionnent nos cerveaux pour accepter ce qu'eux ils veulent. C'est leur narratif qu'ils veulent qu'on apprenne. Et depuis ce temps, moi je commence à faire la part des choses et j'ai compris que c'est très dangereux ce qu'ils font. Et aujourd'hui, plus que jamais, je me rends compte qu'ils ont conditionné l'esprit, surtout des Africains. Donc vous pouvez participer beaucoup à éveiller les consciences de la jeunesse pour que les gens comprennent comment fonctionne le monde et ne pas se laisser embarquer par ces gens-là.
Thanks for watching. Kindly like and share this video.